Well, hello there, my dear Leos, my dear kings and queens of the jungle. I'm just playing. How y'all feeling though? Happy New Year to y'all. Happy New Year. Before I get started with the reading, let me just tell y'all what we got going on in the sky from the 1st to the 15th of January 2019. This is what's going on, you guys. Coming up on January 5th, we have the Capricorn new moon. And this new moon is going to be so epic because it is actually a solar eclipse. A solar eclipse, you guys. Hey, Nikki, how you doing? This is actually a solar eclipse. And it's happening in the sign of Capricorn. And Capricorns give off that energy of being disciplined, hardworking, determined, practical. Okay, so that energy is going to be present. Not only is the moon going to be in that sign, but Pluto is going to be in Capricorn. Saturn, well, Pluto is already in Capricorn. Saturn is in Capricorn. Mercury will be joining the game. Okay. The moon will be there and the sun. So that's 5 planets. 5 is the number of change. So that represents change. So if you have a Capricorn moon sign, I know that you are a Leo sun sign, right? But if you have not done your birth chart, I'm going to type it in here. I'm going to start doing it. Go to Cafe Astrology.com and do your birth chart, and it will tell you what your moon sign is and what your rising sign and your Venus and all that good stuff. So you will know what other energy that you have present within you. All right? Because if you do have a Capricorn moon or a Capricorn rising sign, this energy is very good for you if you are looking to start a business, or if you already have a business and you want to take your business to a whole nother level. This energy is very potent and very good for those type of endeavors. Okay. But even if you don't have that energy present in your chart, in your moon or your rising sign, it's still okay. That energy will be blessing everybody. It's just the people that have that energy present in their personal planets who will feel that energy the most. All right. So even if you don't have it in your chart, it's still going to bless you. You still are going to feel it. You still are going to want to get things done that you have not got done. You're still going to want to work hard on things that you feel you need to work hard on. Okay. And before I forget, the new moon marks a ending and a beginning. It's the end of one cycle and the beginning of a new cycle in your life. Whenever there's a new moon, it is a time that you're supposed to write down your affirmations, write down everything that you're trying to achieve. And then you're supposed to plant that. If you have like a garden at your house, or if you got some plants in your house, real plants, you put that piece of paper inside that plant, okay? And nurture that plant that you set it inside of, all right? Because that is symbolic for you planting the seed of the things that you're trying to manifest in your life to manifest. All right. So before I get started, we're going to take a deep breath in. I'm going to turn my camera to the side so y'all can see the cards. And we're going to get started with your crystal and your affirmation. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. And for those of you who are watching the replay, thank you so much for watching the replay. On the count of 3, we're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to reach our higher selves, which is the part of us that's connected to the Most High, the part of us that wants the best, not only for ourselves, but for all of humanity. All right. So on the count of 3, if you're watching with me, take that deep breath in, honey, and blow all that negativity, anxiety, and worry and stress and whatever it is. Just blow all the negativity away. All right. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, and 3, breathe. New beginnings, Leos. New beginnings, Leos. All that stuff that happened last year, babies. Don't you even worry about that, baby, because that's in your past. That is in your past. All right, let me turn my camera around so that you guys can see the cards. Then we're going to get started. We're starting off with your crystal and your affirmation to say. Let me move this over here. Let's put it down. Okay. Heavenly angels, divine source, what's the most important message for the Leos for the month of January, for the 1st through the 15th? Who did this card come out for? Virgos. This card came out for the Virgos, y'all. So it would be quite interesting if Virgo is your moon sign or your rising sign and you watch the Virgo video. Because if Virgo is your moon sign or your rising sign, or even if it's your Venus sign, this is very interesting. If it is, you got a double whammy because this is carnelian, all right? And this crystal or this stone helps you to be more creative in ways that you feel that you may be stuck. Are you involved in a creative project or thinking about starting one? You are fertile with good ideas and the ability to conceive something magnificent. Have the courage to take action to make your dreams come true. Allow yourself the time to create. So for those of you who are trying to think of some creative endeavors, creative ideas, creative ways to make certain things work in your life, or creative ways to around your household or on your job or whatever the case may be, carnelian will help you with that. And the affirmation that you want to say is, I am fertile in my body, mind, and spirit. Creativity flows through me in many ways. I am brave and bring my ideas into actuality. My imagination is the key to my success. I envision my future and joyfully participate as it unfolds. One more time. I am fertile in body, mind, and spirit. Creativity flows through me in many ways. I am brave and bring my ideas into actuality. My imagination is the key to my success. I envision my future and joyfully participate as it unfolds. All right, Leos. That's really good for those of you who are watching who might not be a Leo sun sign, but you could be a Leo moon, rising, or Venus sign. Especially if it's your Venus sign. All right, now that's creativity and love and how you make your finances. Okay. Let's get out this here and see what else. And I just feel the need to shuffle like this. I'm going to shuffle 3 times and I'm going to pull 3 cards from the top. 2, 3 shuffles for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Vulnerability. Be proud. A father's love. Hold on, you guys. Let me put this down. So the first card you got is the vulnerability. And some of you guys may find yourself from the 1st through the 15th being in situations that make you feel vulnerable, but that's okay. It's okay to feel vulnerable sometimes. I know we like to have our defenses up, but let's see what Spirit wants you to know about vulnerability. This is confirmation that you're seeking to tread into the unknown, unfamiliar territory. where decisions are based more on intuition than rationality. Don't let fear hold you back or allow a misguided sense that feeling vulnerable is somehow a negative condition. Don't let fear hold you back, Leos. And don't let the fact that you may feel vulnerable keep you back, okay? Hold you back from these creative ideas. Don't let feeling vulnerable hold you back from these creative ideas. All right? The next card you got is be proud. Some of y'all let me tell y'all something. Some of y'all really went through some things last year, okay? And I'm talking about on an emotional level, on a personal level that really had you guys. It really tested you. But you have grown so strong from going through those things that Spirit said, baby, you need to be proud of yourself. Be proud that you have grown past those things that you went through last year. And this is a fresh start, a whole new year to grow even more. But you came out stronger. Okay, you came out stronger from those things that you had went through. So Spirit is saying it's time to celebrate all that you have achieved, all that you are, and all that you will become, because you are most certainly not your past. Okay, you are who you are becoming. We grow daily if that is something that you seek to do. Now, if you ain't seeking to grow, I don't know what to tell you. But me and my circle, baby, we choose to grow on a daily level. All right. So every once in a while, it's important to stop and acknowledge what you achieved and be proud. So some of y'all need to be proud. For others of you, this deck is my spirit deck. So for those of you who have lost a father, if your father has ascended on, if your father is not with you on earth anymore, your father will be reaching out to you this month. Pay attention, okay? Because that bond that you and your father had, or maybe you didn't have a bond with your father, and you may find yourself thinking about them. Thinking about, dang, my father, he passed away, and I didn't even, get the time to get to know him, or I never even met my father, or I wish that I had a better relationship with my father than I did. Or you could be having more positive thoughts about your father and say, you know what, even though I didn't know my father like that, I'm grateful for the times that I did get to see him. I'm grateful for the times that we did share. Others of you whose father is alive, this card signals for you to reach out to your father. Call your father, okay? Even if you guys may have gone through some rough times in the past. For those of you whose father is still alive, call them, okay? If you do have their number. But if you don't have your father's number and you're estranged from your father, meaning you haven't even talked to him, you don't got his number, you probably cut him off and said bump him. This is just representing that your father is thinking about you, okay? A father's love for his son or daughter never dies. The strength gained from such love is often unquenchable. In that it can be trapped into at any time. It can be tapped into. Let me start over. The strength gained from such love is often unquenchable. In that it can be tapped into at any time for whatever reason. Whether your father is still here or has passed, a father's love is one of the strongest bonds any of us will ever experience. All right. Let's see what else. So if your father has passed, your father is sending so much love to you. If your father is still here and you guys don't have that much of a relationship, reach out to your father, and it also means that your father is thinking about you if your father is still alive. Or it could also represent a father figure, meaning somebody that stepped in and was a father figure to you in your life, like your stepdad. Or maybe, your uncle probably could have filled some shoes of a fatherhood to you. Whatever the case may be, it's all about a father's love this month. You may find yourself reminiscing on some good memories. Or you could be focused on being a better father to your own children. Okay? So just keep that in mind. But remember to be proud of yourself. And you may find yourself having to be vulnerable, but it's all right. Divine Source, Heavenly Angels. What's the most important message for the Leos for the 1st through the 15th, January 2019? Some of you may find that you're giving somebody some advice. You may be filling the shoes of a counselor this month for someone. Getting ready to show y'all that in just a minute. Okay? Some type of counseling. People in your life benefit from the advice that you give them. You're like a guide. Or you're going to find yourself being like a guide. And when you do find yourself being like a guide for these people, you may have to tell them some things about you that are very vulnerable. You may find yourself feeling very vulnerable with the things that you share with this person that you're giving some advice to. But when you do that, that's really, really going to help that person for real. If you find yourself being very sensitive to your emotions, because we got sensitivity, if you find yourself being very extra sensitive, it's okay, because with the vulnerability card coming out, that definitely deals with emotions. And that definitely deals with being sensitive, which is okay. People be acting like they ain't supposed to have feelings. I just said that in one of my videos. I don't know who I was talking to, but it's like, man, like, come on, y'all. Stop acting like y'all don't have feelings. Feel your feelings and acknowledge them. And it's okay if you feel sensitive. Y'all men, fellas, you don't have to act like you so hard. Do you know what that does to your spirit when you around here trying to act like you so hard? Just because you act hard, keywords, act, okay? Trying to be all tough. I mean, of course you don't want to be a wuss, but it's okay to acknowledge your feelings and how you feel. Jeez. You are extra sensitive to energies, okay? Listen, especially for those of you who have Capricorn, moon, or rising signs. It's a lot of Capricorn energy. We got 5 different planets that are in the sign of Capricorn. So if you have that in your personal planets, just know that you may find yourself feeling a little sensitive with this new moon, with this big behind solar eclipse that's happening on the 5th. Okay, others of you, this is paired with the Be Proud card. So it just means to be proud of all the things that you went through on the emotional level, that you've grown past from last year. Be proud, because those stuff that you went through is very sensitive to you. So be proud of everything that you've grown past and the stuff that you've grown and the emotions that you've grown past, okay? And some of you may be needing to take some deep breaths, or you may find that when you're meditating, because we got the Breathe card paired with the Father's love. This can go many ways. It could be for those of you whose father has passed away. It could mean that as you're meditating, your clairaudience may go off. Clairaudience is when you can hear in the spirit. Your clairaudience may go off for those of you who have that gift. And you may hear your father who has passed away speak to you. You may hear your father's voice. Others of you, when it comes to dealing with your father, if you guys are strained, if your relationship is not really a good relationship, Spirit is asking that you breathe your way through. Because when you're dealing with emotions, Okay? Being sensitive to the relationship with your father. Things can be your breathing. When you get upset or you get anxious about something, your breathing speeds up. So Spirit is saying, whenever you're faced with this situation with your father, to slow down and just take some deep breaths in like we do at the beginning of this video. Just breathe through it, because that's going to help calm you down. All right. Excuse me, y'all. I'm getting over a cold and my throat is a little scratchy. But let's see what the romance angels want to tell the dear Leos when it comes to love. Romance angels, Archangel Shamuel, Archangel Hanuel, Ragael, and Raziel. What message do you have for the Leos for January 1st through January 15th? What's the most important message for them when it comes to love? Most benevolent ancestors. Okay. So the first card that came out was children. And I'm going to keep going so that we can put the story together. But children may be a factor in your love life. That's why the children card came out, because for some of you, you may be going through a separation, right? And you have children. And as far as love goes, this separation that you're going through, it could be, and this is, and see where the father's love card come out? And then we got separation, and then we got children. So some of you are literally, may find yourself being separated from your children because you may be going through a breakup with somebody. And you're probably thinking about your children, which is going to have you feeling vulnerable and sensitive. And so you're going to have to breathe your way through this thing. You're going to have to breathe your way through this thing when it comes to your children. Others of you, for those of you that are single, whether you're male or female, you could have children and you are just looking to find somebody that's going to be suitable. You don't want to bring nobody around your kids that's not, right, or that doesn't like children, or, just isn't suitable for you to be bringing that you don't trust enough for you to be bringing your kids around. And that is why you choose to be single for right now. But with this attraction card, it could be somebody that comes your way that you find attractive. And so you want to make sure that this person is good and safe for your children. Others of you are already attracted to somebody and you're wondering, is this person going to be a good mom to my kids? Is this person going to be a good dad to my kids? The attraction card also means that you should take some time out for yourself and pay attention to the things that you're attracted to, the things that make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside for yourself. Self-love. Making sure that you look attractive, making sure that you are getting your hair done, getting your hair cut, getting your nails done, getting a pedicure. Whatever the case may be, it just represents taking care of yourself and making sure that you stay attractive. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So enjoy these first couple of weeks of January. Take care of yourself. And then as far as the separation card goes, it doesn't always mean that you're going to be separated, like meaning like divorce or something like that. It could mean that you or your spouse is in the military, so they may have to go overseas or whatever the case may be, and you may be at home with the children. Okay, it doesn't always mean that, oh, I'm finna separate from my husband or I'm gonna separate from my wife. It could just mean that maybe your wife or your husband or your girlfriend or your boyfriend could be going on a trip somewhere and you're not going. You got to go to work, so you got to stay behind. So those are all the possibilities that may come up these first couple of weeks in January. Let me get out my other deck. Divine Source, Heavenly Angels, what else is the most important message for the Leos to know for the 1st through the 15th? No, that ain't it. The 1st through the 15th of January 2019. Okay. Some of you are attracted to a fire sign, another fellow fire sign, a Sagittarius or another Leo or Aries. Or this person that you are attracted to could have a lot of fire in their chart, very fiery. They might have a fire rising sign. Their rising sign might be Sagittarius or Leo or Aries. Or it could represent you. So this could represent your partner, or it could represent you being attractive to this person that you're interested in. Okay, that's why the attraction card represents you making sure you look good, because you could be looking, the Leo, the fire sign, could be looking attractive to someone else. All right, but it also represents that you should, whatever type of inspiration that you've been getting, it also represents that you should stretch your wings and fly. Go for it. Okay? Go forward with this creativity, because fire represents inspiration, spirituality, creativity. So tap into your creativity for these first couple of weeks. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't ever underestimate yourself. And assert your independence, okay? Let's see, what does this tie into children? Some of you could have children that is a fire sign, a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, or some of your children could have fire in their chart. Those of you who are going through this separation from your partner is paired with the Emperor. The Emperor represents leadership. So some of you may have to take the lead. Some of you know that you should separate from this person, and you've just been kind of dragging it along, knowing that you need to separate from them so that y'all can get some stuff in order, because it's toxic for you. So you may have to take the lead. You may have to take the lead and go ahead and say to this person, look, okay, you may have to assert yourself and say, look, things are not going very well in our relationship. And I've been trying, but it's a new year. I just feel like maybe we should separate for a while so that we can get some things in order, so we can get structure back in our lives. And if we're meant to be together, then we'll come back together. Okay? And it is going to take being sensitive to do that. But you should be proud of yourself for asserting yourself and standing up for what you feel is right to do for yourself. And others of you are separated by some legal documents. You're separated from somebody, from court orders and things like that. Alrighty, one more card. What else is the most important message for the Leos for January? Well, instead of one, we got two more. So let's see. Yep. See, for those of you, you're going to have to stand up, especially for those of you who are going through the separation that involves children, or for those of you who are looking to attract a mate that that you want to be like a mother figure or a father figure for your children. Just stand up for your beliefs. The 7 of fire means to stand up for your belief, to stand up for what you want in your life and for yourself. It also means to choose your battles wisely, okay? So if it's a lot of rah-rah and a lot of heated debates and stuff in your love life with someone, choose your battles wisely, okay? You may have to be like, you know what, you got it. I'm going to just breathe. I'm going to just breathe through this thing, and you got it. I ain't even going to worry about it. That's for some of you, not all of you. All of these messages are not for everyone. Is the messages resonate with who they're supposed to resonate with. It might be one message in here that resonates for you, and that's what it is. Yeah, because in your emotions, you do want a rich family life, okay? But the 10 of water represents emotional fulfillment. So even for those of you who are separated, the separation is just what you needed, because it's going to allow you to get a peace of mind, which is also is going to allow you to get your creative juices flowing. Some of you, instead of you being the counselor, you may be seeing a counselor, okay? Or you may be taking your children to see a counselor because of a separation that happened last year, all right? But it definitely, the 10 of water definitely represents some type of emotional fulfillment. So for these first 2 weeks of January, you're going to find yourself, even though you may have some of this stuff going on in your love life, for those of you with the separation and the children, you will find that you have grown stronger from this situation, like I said earlier, and that you're going to feel content. And then through this, even if you're not going through a separation, or if you don't even have children, even with just making sure you look attractive, okay, to attract a potential partner, you are going to feel emotionally. The 10 of water is emotional fulfillment. So even by making sure that you keep yourself looking attractive, you're going to feel good about it. You're going to feel good about it. And some of you are going to find that these relationships that you have with other people are very trustworthy. You can really, 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 really trust them. Because in this time where you express this vulnerability, where you have never been vulnerable with some of your friends, when you do have this moment, you're going to realize, dang, like, I really got some true. Now, if you ain't realized before, you're going to realize, like, dang, I really got some true friends for real. Like, they're really here for me. And I am able to be upfront and truthful about my feelings and the stuff that I'm going through with them. And they ain't going to tell nobody. They're not going to judge me and all that good stuff. All right, let's get into my flower deck and see what else. Divine source, heavenly angels, most benevolent spirit guides, and ancestors. What's the most important message? Narcissist. It's almost like a narcissist. Narcissist. Hopefully I'm saying it right. Narcissist. That's the flower that came out. Or the card from my flower deck that came out. Narcissist. Let's see what that means. Narcissist actually means self-love. It also means connection to the other world. Hence, those of you who I said when you're in that deep meditation, for those of you whose father has passed away and you're in that deep meditation, do you hear your father's voice? Narcissist represents connection to the other world, okay? It also represents freedom from the past. Remember I said, you're growing from your past, okay? Freedom from the past. It also represents present moment awareness, and that's why you're going to find yourself being proud of yourself. All right? Reclaiming personal power. I know that's right. Spiritual refreshment and romantic love. See? Attracting that romantic partner by doing what? Looking attractive, right? While we sometimes attempt to cultivate the soil of our personal growth through self-criticism, we will never experience the joy we desire or blossom forth in our fullest splendor if we do not bask regularly in the nourishing light of self-love. Like the sun rising over a beautiful landscape after a moonless night, or the earliest springtime flowers bravely showing their faces after the darkest hour of winter has passed. Now is the time to let your awareness of your own beauty and majesty dawn. It most certainly is. With regard to the question on your heart, the answer has to do with loving yourself more. Tune into your body, mind, and spirit, and take the time to ask yourself things like, is there something that I can do to make myself feel more comfortable, seen, heard, recognized, and loved? How can I love myself even more than I do now? How can I see myself in the most flattering and forgiving light possible? What will best support me in this situation? What do I truly desire? What thoughts, habits, and actions can I let go of in order to heal and nourish myself in the best possible ways? Though it might at first seem to have nothing to do with the subject of your question, even an action as seemingly basic as getting yourself more comfortable sleepwear. You might need to just get you some more pajamas. Taking a warm bath. Baking a batch of your favorite cookies, or diffusing essential oil of lavender in your space. When performed with the intention of self-love, can help shed light on the issue at hand and precipitate the energetic momentum you seek. The following ideas and messages may apply to your present situation. Notice any that particularly call out to you as I read. Put yourself first in this situation. Once you are clear on what your needs and desires are, and once you have taken care of yourself appropriately, you can tend to the needs and desires of others as you feel guided and in a way that is in alignment with your own self-care. Let go of harsh criticism, negative self-talk, or trying to force yourself to do things that don't feel good to you. Be sweet to yourself. Think and speak kindly to yourself, and take steps to comfort and nourish yourself as you would a dear and beloved friend. Take a moment to tune in to your mind, body, and spirit, and take at least one step in the physical world to support your needs while expressing love towards yourself. Try things like taking a warm bath and lighting scented candles. Now is the time to turn around habits of self-criticism and to initiate the momentum of self-love, self-care, and self-approval. Take a moment to place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, like the woman on the card. Send love through your palms to these energy centers and nourish yourself with the light, warmth, and wisdom of love. Spend time with narcissists. Plant narcissus in your yard. Bring the blossom into your home, or take the homeopathic flower essence remedy. Okay, Leos, that was some pretty good advice. So let's go over your affirmation one more time about this creativity, okay? The crystal is carnelian, and the affirmation is, I am fertile in body, mind, and spirit. Creativity flows through me in many ways. I am brave and bring my ideas into actuality. My imagination is the key to my success. I envision my future and joyfully participate as it unfolds. So that was it for you guys for January 1st through the 15th. I will see you guys on the 16th through the end of the month. And I thank you guys so much for watching. And thank you guys so much for those of you who are watching the replay. If you like this video, please like and share. And if you have not went and liked my Transformation and Healing with Laquana Divine page, please go and like it and share this information with others. Peace, love, and light to you all. Thank you so much for tuning in.